So now we're going to talk about how I'm going to win my cases. We're going to talk about this evidence I got yesterday from my psychotherapist. Before we talk about the evidences I have against from my psychotherapist, we're going to go into some definitions. Definitions on Google or the internet of rage. Definition on the internet for irritability. Definition of frustration. So, yesterday, I was upset. Mind you, I was upset from before that because of what the psychotherapist said in regards to me being emotionally impulsive. That's because of my reaction with my mother, who had me locked up in a nursing home, and I didn't want her around nor in front of me, nor did I want to speak to her. How is that I'm an emotionally impulsive person when I don't react like that in general, like at the nursing home? But okay. And I wrote this and I gave it to him. He read it. He's like, okay, let's go through it then. I think you're bipolar too. And I was like, thank you for telling me that. You never shared that before with me. But what's the evidence? Then we went on the internet and we went through the symptoms. When we went through the symptoms, my reaction was no. Okay, I can see about that one. No. Oh, okay. If you insist on that because that's your opinion, fine. And the rest is no. He's like, see, you're bipolar too. I was like, what are the symptoms you see? So then he said these. Sudden rage / extreme ability, that's the same category of sudden rage, and extreme irritability. 2, borderline ambitious delusions. 3, inability to control impulsive action. 4, feeling of frustration and irritability most of the day. Here's the thing about that. There are 2 that I will like, I see what you're saying, or if you insist, fine. Right? That is, he said borderline ambitious delusions, actually. And he said borderline because I do have the physique and mindset of me being Miss World, of potentially being Miss World. I just never actually become Miss World. As I said, God said I'd be. So that's where it, plus I've been saying other things that God said that don't come to pass. So I get that. So I'm not going to fight that. Then he said inability to control impulsive action, and evidence is seen in my financials, the fact that I have so much in debt, and the homelessness that's living in my car, whatever. Which, if he insists, fine. Now let's talk about the others. Sudden rage, extreme irritability, which is in 1. And then the next one is feeling frustration and irritable most of the day. Let's go back to the definition of rage, irritable, and frustration. Sudden rage or extreme irritability, that is not me. Mind you, might get upset with them. I might reach sudden rage with them. But might, and that's only with 2 individuals. So that means there is a trigger when it comes to them, and there is a control behind it. I choose to only do it with them. As well as that's rage, uncontrolled anger. The definition is uncontrolled anger. That means I do something beyond capability. Like, or not beyond capability, beyond control, like stab somebody or something. I'm sorry, where is the rage? Everything is all controlled anger. And if that's not the case, let's talk about when I was in the nursing home. When I was in the nursing home, I never took the medication. So if that I never took the medication, and I'm at my natural state, why is it I didn't have sudden rage or extreme irritability? Which irritability is the frustration or having a problem with small issues. So if I keep having issue with small things, and something like a patient stealing my juice don't make me come have sudden rage or uncontrollable anger, or I don't make a big deal out of it, how is that even sudden rage? And if it's not that, how is it the next one? Feeling of frustration and irritable most of the day. If you ask the two nurses, because we talk in the day when I'm there, we talk about the whole thing and whatever. One nurse would say, she's pleasant. The only time I see her have any issue is when she's around her parents. And if everybody, including my parents, know me as a pleasant person, if the secretary, the receptionist, even said, you have a pleasant, smiling, pleasant person, you should bring that to your mother, means that they know me as a pleasant person. So I'm not a miserable person, which would be somebody who have a problem with every little issue. Overall, how am I irritable most of the day? If people know me as a pleasant person, I mean, I huff and puff 90% of the time. Well, I should never have a huff and puff moment. So wait, me I'm a human. I'm not a living being. Even plants react to things, stimuli. So plants are allowed to react to stimuli, but I'm not. Is that the case? All I have to say is, even the doctor said he's razor thin edge of bipolar 2. Which means, because he's saying bipolar 2 is somebody who can live, don't need no medication, all those. So mind you, he prescribed omega-3, something I took as a child when my parents wanted to be extra healthy and we have all the good things that we eat and whatever. So if we used to take that without prescription, and all he prescribed was omega-3, no. And his definition, mind you, he did not inquire to the nurse he had to whether or not if he did not inquire with the nurse from the nursing home if I have sudden rage, that is sudden, extreme, uncontrollable anger, according to the definition. If he didn't inquire about extreme irritability, according to the definition, that's extreme annoyance at small things, and that's just one symptom there. So that's extreme rage or extreme irritability. And mind you, I have evidence that these nurses are not going to say this because I wasn't. And I know myself to know whether or not I have this. And means that I only react to these individuals who hurt me to ever give any of these symptoms of sudden rage or extreme irritability. Only these individuals I have, if it even get to sudden rage or extreme irritability, and I don't even go to extreme rage with them. Means that it's only them. Then you have the feeling of frustration and irritable most of the day. Mind you, people even in Old Harbor, when they say hi, me I go on now miserable. No, I'd say hey, and people know me as a pleasant person. Even my parents know me as a pleasant person. The receptionists know me as a pleasant person. Most of the time they interact with me, I'm known as a pleasant person. You don't have the 4 then. You do not have the 4, or you don't even have 3 to define that I am razor thin edge, bipolar 2. And if you don't even have the 4 to say even the bipolar 2, how the hell them people here act whatever they were acting in the past to say that I was bipolar 1, to medicate me, injury, attack me, and poison me, and more. So who have a case now? Who has stance to sue? Who is going to win against them now? Tell me.